Hi YouTube. It's January 27th. It's a little after 4 in the morning, so you're going to have to forgive my appearance. I'm tired. Anyway, I wanted to get the second video going and just talk to you guys about the Cooper Institute, the Shared Donor Egg Program, and our journey thus far. So that being said, I will also post a link below if I can um, to the Cooper Institute website, as well as a few other things that I'll try to cover while we're doing this video. And keep in mind too, I don't know how other people do it, but it's really important to me to hear other people's stories or read the reviews on um, simple things that are just products I bring into my home, let alone something as big of a deal as this. So if I overshare or if it's too much information, skip past that part of the video. I'm just trying to give you a real, honest view of what it's been like for us this far. And a lot of people, I think, who are going through the process and trying to have a baby understand that there's really nothing that's too much information anymore. Um, but I just wanted to put that out there. So, like I told you in the last video, I heard about the Cooper Institute from another YouTube um, mother now, uh, another lady that was trying to conceive. And I'm grateful that she was willing to put her story up there, and it led me to an opportunity I would not have had otherwise. So I got my first call about almost 3 weeks ago now. I filled out the application and turned it all in, like I told you in the last video. But today they called me back and let me know that our consultation would be February 16th. And because they send out their list, which I'll explain to you later, every 6 weeks, we actually got lucky, and our name will be on their list on the 29th of February. So there are about, I believe she said, 30 to 40 recipients and around 50 on average donors. So I don't know if those are good odds or not. I'd like to think so, but I'm not really sure what the ratio is or how long someone waits. So, and actually, even though my hair is dark, I have red hair and green eyes. So she said that sometimes that helps because there's not a lot of redheaded daughters. I don't know. Anyway, and it's funny because I have a son and he's blonde and he has blue eyes. But and you have to send pictures. You know, they take pictures. But anyway, I just found it amusing that they'd be looking for a baby with red hair, I guess, if they're a redheaded couple, and my son has blonde hair and blue eyes. But anyway, so the Cooper Institute. This is a place where they offer the shared egg program. I have actually heard that there's one or two other places now that do it. I have no idea any information about them, even their name. I have spent some time reading and just doing the background work on the Cooper Institute, and they are a very reputable place. So I felt more at ease with using them. I don't know if that seems fair to say. What happens is because the cost of IVF is so high, and I don't know about you, but the average person I know doesn't have that sitting around. It takes years to save up that kind of money. And in our situation, because my husband has to have semen aspiration done as well, because his vasectomy reversal failed, it's an added expense on top of IVF. And since we had to pay out of pocket for the reversal, I had drained my savings. I am nearing 30 years old. My husband is 33 in February. So we didn't want to have to wait another 5 years. And I know some people can't understand that, but when you've waited already 5 years, another 5 years just seems too long to ask someone to wait. So we decided that it was our time now, but we had to figure out the means to do so. I couldn't make $30,000+ a year out of nowhere. So, and I don't know about the majority of you, it seems like a lot of my friends do not have fertility coverage on their insurance. Which, small political plug, I think that's wrong. I'm sorry. I do. We pay a fortune for insurance. And I understand that my husband chose to have the vasectomy, but he also chose to have the reversal. And I don't think it's fair that they cover other things that are happen to people by choice. And so, anyway, that's my little plug there. I think it's wrong. So, um, if I had my way, they would cover some of it. I'm not asking for them to cover the whole thing, just a portion of it. So, anyway, the Cooper Institute, I digress. I'm sorry. I'm nervous. Uh, they have a program where there are women who do not have viable eggs to go through the IVF process with their spouses. So, what happens is you sort of go through the process together. Um, and what happens is, other than the basic version, you have your eggs hyperstimulated and you split them in half with a recipient. They get half and you get half. Their eggs are fertilized with their spouse or significant other or even a donor's sperm. And yours are fertilized with your husband's, and you split them down the middle. And so they get theirs implanted and you get yours implanted. But because you're willing to share your eggs with them, they cover the cost of the majority of the IVF process as payment rendered, I guess, for your eggs. And I don't want to make it seem like it covers everything, because it doesn't, but it does cover the large portion of it. There's a consultation fee. I think it's like $325 or $350 for out of towners because it's over the phone. And then also you have to cover all of your testing here. So they're covering the cost of the procedure, the egg retrieval and the implantation, and as well as all of the medications, which if you've done any research into IVF, you know that is a very expensive part of the process. But it's, you're still incurring some cost, as well as we are paying the cost for the semen aspiration. But we were a lot closer to our goal and something we could afford at the rate of just covering that little bit versus the whole thing. But in the spirit of being completely honest, I can say that it took me some time to come to terms with what that actually meant. I know some people say that they're not attached to their DNA and it's just an egg, it's not a fertilized embryo, and I hear all the arguments. I do. I'm just saying, for myself, I had to think about what it actually meant to give someone else my eggs. Would I feel like I was that child's mother, really? Would I feel like I gave something away? Did I feel like I was wrong? I just wanted to go over all of it. I didn't know how I felt about it. I took some time, and in my heart of hearts, I worked it out. I wanted to talk to my husband, and I wanted to talk to my mom. I know my husband puts my needs above his own, so I wanted to bounce whatever he said off my mom, saying no, she would give me an honest answer. And both of them said the exact same thing. My mom said to me, what if you're giving someone the only opportunity they have to become a mother, and they're giving you the same gift? And that's the way that you have to look at it. And my husband said the same thing. This is what we have to do to become parents and have our child together, even though we both had children before. And this is what they had to do, and that this must be hard for them because it's obviously not the ideal way they would have liked it either. But this is where we both are, and we have the opportunity to do something for each other. So once I decided that that was okay, and that I was okay with what was going to happen and what was going to go on, I moved forward in the process. But I think you should be okay with taking the time to make sure that you understand the ramifications of what it is that you're doing. Because if you pretend like it's not a big deal, or it's nothing, and it might be nothing and it might not be a big deal, but it's a big enough thing in life that you should take a few minutes to really consider all aspects of it. I did not want to have any regret going into this process. So, um, even though that doesn't sound as politically correct as I'd like it to, that's the truth. And I want to make sure that these are an honest view of what's going on. So, um, it's a really great program. I'm grateful for the opportunity uh, to have the chance to go through the IVF process and not literally bankrupt my family. Um, in literal layman's terms, was a big deal. So, um, there's no set time that you'll be on the list. So, if nobody decides after reading the umpteen pages of history that you fill out that they don't want my eggs this round, I go back out the next 6 weeks. So that's a little bit not frustrating, I guess that's the wrong word. It's a little bit exhausting, because the one thing I've learned through this whole thing is that I haven't gained any more patience. I'm tired of waiting. I don't want to wait anymore. So I'm ready for it to be my turn, like I'm sure all of you are. With going through the Cooper Institute, you have to be put on the same cycle as the recipient. So you're trying to match your cycles so that they're getting the eggs and the implantation at the same time that we're going through it, so they get a chance at a fresh round before we go to frozen embryo transfers. They do freeze whatever. They only implant 2. Let me back up. I'm sorry, this is a bit rambled, so if you need me to answer more questions or do it better, just let me know and I'll try again. They do implant 2, and then they freeze the rest, whatever they harvest. So you have the option of frozen embryo transfers later. I think, don't quote me, I think it's $1,000 each time that you try, which is actually, if you live anywhere near Ohio, you know that that's a much better price than we get here. The Cooper Institute is located in New Jersey, so keep that in mind. I don't know where you live or how close that is. It's about 6 hours from us, so we have to stay in a hotel, but they have been very accommodating. So that's a nice perk too, to have them understand. I know when we went out of town to do my husband's vasectomy reversal, it was by far one of the strangest experiences, and I can't say a whole lot about that right now. If you guys have questions or you want to know what that process is like, I'd be glad to answer your questions. It's just a long story. So, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. So anyway, you get on the same cycle as your recipient, and so you're going through the process together. I know it takes about 3 months, I think, from start to finish, from the word go. So, and that in itself is a longer process than a lot of times we'd like to admit. And I know this is gonna sound silly, but my stepson has a birthday near Christmas, and I think that stinks for him. No matter what we do to make it better, it's still a Christmas birthday. So I really don't want the baby to be due around Christmas time. Like before or after is fine, and I would take. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna turn it down, but I just think it's really tough being a kid and having a Christmas birthday. My birthday is in August, and there's nothing near it, so it's a great time to have a birthday, but a Christmas birthday just kind of stinks, I think. Anyhow, so that's pretty much where we are with the whole process. I got the phone call today. Like I said, our consultation will be on the 16th, and then our name will go out on the list on the 29th. And then I think it's just sort of the waiting game. I don't know how soon, if someone selects you, that you hear. I would assume right away. I know Dren told me that I think they waited like 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. But somewhere in the process, you get selected. I don't know if they could have been chosen that day and then they just told them. I'm not really sure. They seem to be really efficient. So I'm assuming, as soon as someone takes the time to read over all the applications and pick someone, that'll be a few weeks into it. But hopefully we'll be selected on the first round. So Fingers crossed. And while I wait, on side notes, I love nursery shopping. I love the whole thing. I know we're hoping for a healthy baby, but truth is, we're hoping for a girl. So we just this morning we were out shopping, and we always check the baby section. I have this bursting at the seams giant suitcase full of baby stuff, all clothes, shoes. I'm a clearance freak, so if it goes on clearance, baby or no baby, I buy it. I know that's so weird to some people, but it helps pass the time to shop. So I always tell people if I wind up with a boy, some very lucky person is going to get my exploding suitcase, and they'll be glad. So you know, I don't think anybody loses. But with the nursery, I love the nursery tour videos. I don't know if you guys check those out or not. I don't know if you're expecting or if you're just TTC and you're trying to pass the time like I was, or am rather. The videos are fun. I don't know. I enjoy the baby haul videos. I enjoy the nursery tours. I like getting the ideas. A shopaholic, I guess maybe that's what it is. But you know, I think they're really fun, and so I don't know if you guys have time to check those out, but I really enjoy them. And I also enjoy watching the videos of the other women that are trying to conceive. I think that it's great to be able to be an encouragement to someone else and to leave messages, but also that you're willing to put your family and yourself and your heart and your emotions out there for other people to see that they're not going through the process all alone. I know I have cried countless times watching some of your videos, and I'm hopeful for you. I'm not. I get a chance to be happy for someone. I know sometimes, whether we like to admit it or not, it's not that I'm not happy for other people I know who are expecting. I'm just a little sad for myself. So people don't seem to always understand that, but I think being able to be happy for the other women on here has been very enlightening for me, because I can just be genuinely happy for them because I know what they went through to get there. And so that sounds as terrible as it did when I just said it, but it's true. I think it's great to be able to see somebody finally, you know, get to see two lines on pink stick. And I know what that's cost me emotionally and as a person. And so I can honestly say that I feel joy for those people. I know sometimes I feel a little bitterness when I just see someone who accidentally woke up one day pregnant and are so shocked. So, and for those of you who have to go through the IVF process, I wanted to say too, I know it's hard to hear about other people who get the baby dance to have a baby sometimes, in the sense that that's the way that ideally everybody hopes that it turns out. And I struggled with that myself. But if you can come to terms with the fact that IVF is the way that you have to go to get to the end of your road and to get a baby, I think in a way it's a really unique story too, to tell your child that you loved them so much and that you wanted them so much, they were so loved and so wanted, that you are willing to go through this process to get there and to have them be a part of your life. And that's in itself special and unique. And so they may not have come into the world as traditionally as someone else, but they certainly couldn't doubt that they were wanted and that they were loved. And that's important to me. So anyway, I hope you'll keep watching. I'm sorry that I look such a mess and I'm so tired, but I wanted to get this out here, and I'll try to get better at this and less stuttering or repeating myself. It's going to be a process, so I'll try to keep you guys updated. Thanks. Bye.